Minister, I have to say, we need a public service broadcaster. When all of this is said and done, whatever is going to be the outcome of it, we absolutely need that. What I do want to remember today, though, is the absolute obscenity of this fact. And I'm not going to name anyone, Clown Collar, because that's not the right thing to do. When somebody's not here to defend themselves, they shouldn't be named. But I'm going to give you an example. When there's one presenter on a radio programme, on RT radio, that's able to earn more money than the Taoiseach and the Taoiseach put together, there is something radically wrong. When that person can go on the radio every day telling the rest of us how wrong we all are and how right they are about everything, get paid more than the Taoiseach and the Taoiseach to do that, and say that he's there defending the ordinary man and Mr. Joe Public, that is absolute nonsense. And it can't be tolerated any longer. And I just want to highlight that. I want to highlight, though, the anomaly. If you take, for instance, where I come from, County Kerry, the most important thing we have in Kerry is Radio Kerry. And I want to talk about a very dear friend of all of ours, the late Senator Paul Coughlin, who had the foresight, and I want to remember him very fondly here this evening, and I know we'll do it properly some other time. But he had the foresight with his business acumen of being one of the founding fathers of Radio Kerry. I want to thank the people, even though we don't always agree, you know, like every local radio station, but I want to thank people like Jerry O'Sullivan for the morning programme, Deirdre Walsh, Andrew and Elaine, the great Dermot Moriarty, who I had playing Sounds of Country up in my office before I came down here. If he'll keep going any longer, he'll hit his golden jubilee. He's with them over 30 years. I want to think of those people, the service that they provide. And what do they get paid? Are they subsidised? They're not. They have to try and manage themselves in the best way they can, and they're up against it all the time. And I want to say to Fiona Stack, the General Manager, that I, as a public representative from Kerry, I deeply appreciate, whether it's the deaths that come on, whether it's the good news, whether it's the bad news, there are people who time their day around Radio Kerry inside in their homes, on their farms, in their machines, whatever they're doing. And but this waste has to stop.
Thank you very much, John Corley. I too want to thank Radio Kerry. I won't list out all the names, but I know each and every one of them and thank them from the bottom of my heart for what they are doing for the people of Kerry and indeed people of West Cork and the surrounding areas. However, we are here talking about RTE, and we're talking about taxpayers' money, and we're talking about the licence fee that people are paying. And I'm questioning what they're getting in return for that licence fee. What we see is a rollover of programmes going back for 30 or 40 years, apart from TG4, who make a good attempt and have to be applauded as well. But this board, we're supposed to, this D4s was vilified from the very start. And we're supposed to believe that she wrote the contract for all the stars and did the legal work, and that she did the auditing and all that. I don't believe that. And I'm asking Dee Forbes to come in here when she's able and give her account, because there are two sides to every story, and in a lot of things there are 3 or 4 sides. And then we're expected, Minister, to believe that you met as Minister, Siún Rahaley on Saturday week last, and that she never told you that she was after asking for the resignation of Dee Forbes. Well, if that's true, and I'm finding it very hard to believe, because it was you appointed her, it was under your watch she was appointed last November. But we're asked to believe this. Workers who do the nitty-gritty work had to take cuts. And just to put it all in context, people trying to stay in their homes for the last hours and days of their lives, many of them are only getting 20 minutes home help.
As the RT scandal gets deeper and darker, one